Look at that. Look at that.
There's more.
Yeah, this is just the best. Being vegan is the best.
This is Katie and Adam. They are actors and writers and directors and generally creative, awesome people who live in New York City. And Katie contacted us through YouTube and said...
I said, hi, I love your show, and I've never done this before, messaging people on YouTube, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because I found out I was watching their videos, and I was like, Duncan is from Arkansas? What? I'm from Arkansas, and I never meet anyone in New York that's from Arkansas. And I said, you know, Adam and I are both vegan, and we don't have a lot of vegan couple friends, or even just vegan friends.
Yeah. You guys have an interesting parallel with us because you were vegan before you met Adam, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I was vegan before I met Liz. And Adam is now full vegan, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
And you come from a what kind of family in terms of what you eat?
Yeah, I mean, just like really meat-centric. There was some pushback from like friends and family just because it was so foreign and weird. And
and when you're dating somebody new, they're like, oh, you're just trying to like adapt to whatever they're doing.
Exactly. They thought it was just because of her. And I was like, no, I set out to like prove her wrong. And then I realized that I was wrong, or at least I was wrong in doing something that I didn't agree with because I just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And the more I talked to her, she wasn't pushy. She wasn't like forcing me to do something I didn't want to do. She was really like, check it out if you want to. And so I did, and yeah, I think it took like 3 months for me to fully be like, wow, there's a lot of stuff I didn't realize.
3 months from the moment that you met Katie?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Olympic record.
Yeah. Wow. So, what are we making?
We're making a vegan enchilada recipe.
Excellent.
My mom, like when we grew up, my mom had a lot of staples that she would make when we were growing up that we just loved. And enchiladas was a big one. But like my mom went vegan like around the time that I did. And so she's been vegan for as long as I have. And so she set out to like, I want to veganize all your like favorite recipes. She had made them for me when I visited a few months ago, and it was awesome. And I was like, this is just like old times. And my brother, who's not vegan at all, ate them, and he was like, this is awesome. I couldn't really tell the difference.
Nice.
Did you grow up eating a lot of Tex-Mex in Dallas?
Tons. I mean, I am a tortilla. Like, I love tortillas.
This is so cool. I'm so happy right now. Living my best life.
The onions are making me cry. Katie loves
when
I
people cry. Anybody. I'm like, please cry.
She starts, it's weird. I'll cry and then she'll be smiling a little bit. And I'm like, are you enjoying this?
Because it's so sweet.
No, babe, it's okay, let it out.
Does that look good?
It's awesome.
Because see, he showed me how to make this recipe. I had never had enchiladas until he made them for me. So I didn't even have them when I wasn't vegan.
Yeah, I've never had enchiladas.
Oh, that's great.
I have enchiladas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Because he is a tortilla. I love wooden utensils.
Yeah.
This makes you feel like the olden days, you know?
Now you're from Southwest Arkansas, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a completely different world from where I'm from, Northwest Arkansas. What's the name of your town?
Gurdon, Arkansas. Gurdon. They have a sign as you come in that says, pronounced Gurdon.
I mean, how else can you pronounce it
I don't
now?
know.
Like, who's coming to town being like
Jordan.
Jordan? Yeah.
That's Gurdon.
How many people live there?
2,300 people.
Do you think there are any other vegans in Gurdon?
Oh, man.
Absolutely not.
No?
No. I love them all, but none of them are vegan, and they look at me like, you're gonna die. I'm worried for you. And I'm like, look, I've been vegan for 7 years and I'm still living. Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
I'm like, well, I'm just not real sure, about it.
Any one day, you're gonna just drop dead.
Drop dead.
You finally hit like the 8-year threshold, and nope, she just dies.
Yeah. And now we do the crumbles.
I love doing this part.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's amazing what you can do with plants.
So sometimes I add a little bit of this. This is the enchilada sauce. Kind of like deglazes a little bit, but also just gives it a little more flavor.
Tomato puree, cornstarch, and then random shit that you don't want to know.
Xanthan gum, red number 40.
Hopefully no carmine. You don't know what that is?
No, Not again.
That's something else.
The struggle is real.
Put it in there.
What's carmine?
That's red food coloring that's made from a bug.
Oh, hell's bells. Every day I find out something else, and I'm like, why is that important for you to find from a bug? First of all, bugs are disgusting. Love you, not gonna hurt you, but like, you're gross. I don't wanna eat you or be near you.
Yeah, nasty.
You're nasty. I love that saying. You're nasty. I call Adam the season master because he's just like a little pinch of this and a little. He's like, I'm like, you have Ratatouille in your head, right? He's up there. He's like a little this and a little that.
This is some onion powder. This is some oregano. Chili powder is pretty important. Paprika, roasted garlic seasoning. I kind of like a lot of garlic. And then this is cumin.
See that? He thought it was like good, and he was like, a little bit more.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the enchiladas.
That sounds like Christmas morning.
Do you guys usually go for flour tortillas or corn tortillas?
Typically flour, but there's no tortilla discrimination. We like them all. You just take your filling and you kind of, that's probably good. You don't want to overfill it because then it's hard to fold. Just go with your instincts. It's pretty common sense. I'll take some of the cheese and just do like a little filling. Sometimes I'll fold one side like this and leave the other one open just for aesthetic purposes. And then you just keep it folded, tuck it,
Tuck it in for bed. Night night.
go to sleep.
So cute. See how perfect it is?
Yeah.
And then you just set it in the dish like so.
Adorable.
I feel so calm now.
Right?
It's a calming experience.
I feel like I've just been tucked in.
There's one more last very fun step.
It's the most fun.
You get your hands
Get my hands
and just
dirty.
throw it in there.
You want to make sure you touch every part of the food everyone else is going to eat. It's really important to touch every piece.
And then sneeze on it.
So then we go kind of crazy with the sauce. And then the last step is topping it with as much cheese as you want.
Which is always for us.
You can never have enough.
You really can.
I think if you did like vodka and enchilada sauce, it would be like a Mexican Bloody Mary.
Oh, it's the most
You
disgusting thing I've
absolutely
ever
could.
heard in my life. That makes me want to die.
Sure, Duncan.
Now we clean,
Now we clean.
which is also a fun part for us.
No, Duncan cleans at the end. It's part of his montage.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget?
Is it your turn?
Did you discard? No, it's your turn.
Yeah, you gotta discard.
I did, didn't I?
No, that was my card that I discarded. Cheater.
He doesn't like it.
I don't want to discard it.
Who's hungry?
Abierto. Oh, me.
Okay. Hold on a second, I just need
Tengo
to
mucho hambre.
get a few settings here. I'm just seeing how long I can go.
Oh, I hate you. Get out of town. No enchiladas for you.
Money.
Yeah, that's dope.
Wow.
Little slow-mo action.
I mean, we're all gonna eat two, right?
Yes,
Oh
we
my
are. We are
Lord,
definitely.
yes.
gonna do
Let's not even bother
Let's
running around.
even
fake it out.
it. Pretty good.
That was so good.
Excellent work, y'all.
Thank you. Those olives in there make that perfect little balance.
Thank you, Mama.
I like the corn too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got little crispy kernels.
What y'all think about the zucchini?
Yeah.
I'm into everything that's in here.
Yeah, same.
The dye is doing really well.
Usually-
Daya.
Daya.
Cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't look like cheese when you take it out of the oven, right? It doesn't look like real cheese.
Kind of.
A little, but yeah, I think you would know.
Like when it's all melted together, you can't really tell the difference. But if it's like tiny little strands off on its own, then it looks a little
When it's
weird.
raw.
Yeah.
More melted.
I think it does well under heat. It seems to be getting better over time, too. The enchilada sauce is dope.
You use enchilada sauce for anything else? Does your mom?
Yeah, she puts it in tortilla soup.
Both your moms are vegan now? Wow. You guys got the touch.
Yeah, and my
Who else have
friend,
we turned vegan?
my friend Nassif is
Nassif?
trying.
Christine?
Yeah, these guys are way better at it than you are, hun.
Shut up, Liz. At what point in y'all's relationship did veganism come up?
Day one.
Immediately.
Uh-huh.
First day.
Yeah.
She got cheese ravioli.
Yeah, I didn't even know that wasn't vegan. I didn't even know I was like doing that. But she was, yeah, we went to a restaurant. She was like, so I'm vegan, so, you know, I'm not gonna order. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And so,
Okay, cool.
What'd you get? Get some pasta, like some spaghetti.
Also, my OkCupid profile said vegan.
Uh-huh. But you didn't notice that?
Put it out
I
there.
didn't notice. I didn't even know. I thought that. I think that I
You
thought
were
that that meant
blinded
like.
by her beauty.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was blinded by her beauty. Yeah, it came up immediately because it's a. I mean, and me too now. But back then, she just talked about how much she believed in that and how much of a part of her passion it was. And so she was like, "There's no way we're not going to talk about this, or at least." And since I mean, I don't think I was a total jerk, but I think I listened
Not
to
at
you.
all. You just did not know.
Yeah, so it was great. It was just I was learning,
Yeah.
but I never ever thought that I would be saying the same thing. But yeah, just the more that I listened, the more that and the less that she pushed me. If she was pushy, it would have been rough.
And you hadn't heard of any other vegans or like knew of like a vegan like misconception or stereotype of them being like, I'm vegan, blah, blah, blah.
Never. I just told my dad, and he was like, "Stay away." And so I was like, "Why?" He was like, "I just think that's weird." And I was like, "Okay." But then, yeah, once I got to understand what you were talking about, I was like, "That sounds weird. It just seems like you figured out a way to live that you are happy with." And I was like, "That's cool with me." And then it just so happened that I felt the same way over time.
How long were you vegan before you met Adam?
2 years.
Mm-hmm. And then did you have issues in your relationships with this issue?
Didn't have any.
Didn't have any. Because you couldn't find another vegan? Or?
Not because, but just the trajectory of my life just didn't include a partner during that time. And also just the quality of men I was meeting was very low, unfortunately. And then I met this one and I was like, oh, look at you. Did not know, you know? And him just having the compassion in his heart.
Yeah.
You know, it's rare to find a guy who's like so openly like, I love a baby chicken. Like, I will do anything for a baby chicken, you know? And I love that about him. He's so open and honest about it and not ashamed in any way to have that compassion, which I know for some men can be like, oh man, no, I'm a meat eater, you know, like, ugh.
Yeah.
So that was like, really made me happy.
Oh, what's that? Something in my pocket. What? Huh? Oh! Chocolate chip cookie?
That's Adam's favorite brand of cookie.
Get in there.
What?
Wait, there's some in my other pocket.
Wait, what?
Oh, 2 of them.
How did that get in there?
Fun.
This is kind of crazy, actually. This was a big deal. I was working. This is so weird. I was working at my job. I used to sell renewable energy on the street, and I got a cookie on break, and I was newly vegan, or like, you know, thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I read this thing. This is why vegan. I said, it says no single food choice has a farther reaching and more profoundly positive impact on our health, the environment, and all of life on Earth than choosing vegan. And I remember thinking like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And that furthered me like looking into it. This is crazy. It was this one, the pumpkin spice.
Nice.
And he actually read that off to me. And
I'll
he
take
was like,
both. Thank you.